We're trying to find the best 3-day itinerary for Chiang Rai. In our part 1 video, we explored arguably Chiang Rai's most famous temples, and we're starting this video off in a similar way, and we've come to something that is actually blowing my mind away already. I swear it looks way bigger in person. We'll get up closer. We have come to Wat Huay Pla Kang, which is another temple complex here in Chiang Rai. Took about 15 minutes from the city centre. A few different buildings here, but the big icon here is right behind me, and no, this is not a Buddha. This is the Goddess of Mercy. And I have to say, this might be the biggest statue I have ever seen in my life. And again, camera not doing it justice, but she is absolutely massive. And I believe if you want to pay 40 baht, you can actually ride a lift to the top of her head, which, I don't know, maybe we might have to do. What do you think?
It's huge! This is definitely the biggest statue I've ever seen. And I actually think I'm probably more blown away by this than anything we've seen so far, including the big Buddha in Pai. I mean, this was a lot bigger, but I don't know. I really love the lead up to it. Like the massive dragons are one thing, and then you've got the massive Goddess of Mercy.
I can't even get her head.
I would actually put this at the top of what to do in Chiang Rai.
Wow, and we just got here, so that's saying something.
Yeah, I'd come here before going to the White Temple and Blue Temple, but those, like, don't let that stop you from going to those because they were amazing. But this is just really taking me back. The blue sky is making it look amazing, and I think we're getting some pretty good pictures. Let us know down in the comments below what you think of the pictures. What do you think?
I'm speechless. I know at the White Temple and the Blue Temple I said they were so strikingly beautiful, but this is just something else. I have to say, I'm very, how to say this without sounding dirty, I'm very taken aback when things are really big.
What did she say?
Like, I really, like, if I go into temples, the Buddhas I'm most impressed by are the ones that are the biggest, and I think it's just the scale of the goddess and the scale of the dragons that's just really taking me aback. It's so pretty, and it's so nice being here, and it's so much quieter than at the White Temple. Like we said, we got to the White Temple at opening. We were there before 8 and it was so busy. We got here about an hour and a half after opening, and it's still just so quiet and serene. Just taken aback. We've been here a little while now, and I'm only just noticing the bright blue of the dragon eyes. It is so pretty against the full white of the dragon. Unlike the White Temple that had bits of silver going throughout, these are pure white, and then you look up and they have these bright blue eyes, and they're so pretty. I don't know how we didn't notice to begin with, but again, it's just all those extra little details you notice the longer you are at a place. But it's definitely our favourite here in Chiang Rai so far. Now, entrance to this temple is free, so you can wander in, open from 7 AM till quite late. I believe it's like 10 PM or something like that. So free of charge. However, if you did want to ride up to the top of the Goddess of Mercy, it will cost you 40 baht per person, I believe. Now, if you do have mobility issues and would like to come up here to the very top to see the Goddess of Mercy, you do not have to climb those stairs that we've done about 50 laps of. There are these little pink kind of open minibus things that will drive you up to the top, so you don't miss out, which is really fantastic. But now, Rosh isn't too keen on taking the lift up to the top.
I'm not going up there. No way.
It's 40 baht.
I wouldn't. Even if it was free, I wouldn't go up.
But I'm going to do it for science. I'm going to go up, see what it looks like up there, and I'll bring you guys with me. Oh my god, this is insanely pretty right when you come out the elevator. It's like crystallized. Oh my god, okay, I think this might be the Goddess of Mercy's eyes, if I'm not mistaken. Wow. So we took the lifts up, brought us up to, I think, the 25th floor, so we're pretty high up right now. But look at these views. I can't quite spot Rosh. Oh wow, pretty spectacular, and it's pretty quiet up here as well. There are very few people. I just can't believe, like, this is her eye. Like, I'm in her eye. Wow. And even inside, it's still surrounded by all these amazing little kind of mini sculptures that have kind of like gems on them that are giving off a bit of a glimmer. It's very pretty. Well, that was for sure worth it. Those views were incredible, and just the inside was so pretty. I did not expect that. Definitely worth the 40 baht to come up and have a look. And like I said, very quiet up here. But now, back down to level 1 to find Rosh. Maybe we're just crazy, but we could spend all day here admiring the beauty of the Goddess of Mercy and the dragons that come down the steps, but there are actually a few other temples on these grounds that we're yet to explore, so we're pulling ourselves away from here and we'll go check out the other 2 temples.
We're making our way into another temple here on the grounds of the massive goddess statue. This one also has dragons leading you into the temple. It's interesting though, they're labelled male dragon and female dragon, so I thought that was interesting. I can't notice any particular differences on the dragons.
Where are you looking?
Forgive Stacey, her head's in the gutter today.
Again, very different to other temples we've visited, a lot less traditional. There is another statue which is definitely not a Buddha. I'm wondering if it is also the Goddess of Mercy, I'm not sure. But kind of wooden. We've not seen like a wooden structure or statue so far, so that's pretty interesting. And it is actually multiple levels, so you can go upstairs and look around, which is pretty cool. Now our final temple on the grounds here is again running with the white theme that is very prevalent here in terms of their structures, and it's pretty beautiful on the outside. Again, it has the dragons leading up to the building, much smaller scale than the ones leading up to the Goddess of Mercy, but let's go inside and check it out. Okay, that's probably enough temples for now. As beautiful as they are, we've done quite a few, so our next spot is not going to be a temple, but actually a pretty cool cafe, and the bonus is it is just up the road from where we are now, so we're going to walk about 1 kilometre to get there and enjoy ourselves a nice cold beverage because we've earned it. How is this a cafe? This is pretty incredible. No wonder this has become a bit of a tourist site here in Chiang Rai. Wow. So we have come to Lalitta Cafe, which has definitely become a bit of an attraction. I got caramel macchiato, it looks pretty good, and we got some Oreo cake to share.
And I got a hazelnut latte. Each of our drinks was 109 baht and the Oreo cake was 119 baht. Also, apologies if the audio isn't very good. We're right next to a waterfall, so it's very loud, very beautiful, but very loud.
A bit of an interesting flavour. I don't know if maybe it's the wooden spoon. I was gonna say it tastes a bit like tea, but I think it's the spoon. It is so cool in this place. It's actually like being in a rainforest, surrounded by all different plants and flowers. There's like misters going, obviously, to keep the plants and everything nice and watered, but it truly feels like we're in a rainforest. And there's a big waterfall if you head all the way to the back, which is super beautiful.
It's a great place to come to on a hot day because it's so shaded, and because of the water and the misters, it's really nice and cool in here.
It costs 60 baht per adult to get into here because a lot of people do come just to see the beautiful gardens. However, if you are planning to grab a drink or some food, you can actually exchange that entrance ticket for the full price for your food or drink. So essentially, if you are coming to actually use the cafe, you do not have to pay entrance. And if you are coming just to see the gardens, it'll cost you 60 baht, but it is absolutely beautiful here, and I'd definitely stop and have a drink or a bite to eat because it's just so serene. They have the perfect music playing, which is really nice. It is now the evening, and for our last stop of day 2 here in Chiang Rai, we're heading to the Saturday night market, and you guessed it, it is on Saturdays.
We have made it to the Saturday night market here in Chiang Rai. It's about a block up from the clock tower. Plenty to see, lots of secondhand clothes, lots of souvenirs, and most importantly, lots of food. And Stace has already made her first purchase. We've gone with some pineapple. Keep it pretty basic, but we have not eaten a lot of fruit recently, so we're getting our fruit fix. Fresh.
So good. They have these like really small pineapples here, but this is not sour at all. Super sweet and delicious. and only 20 baht. So less than $1 for this giant bag.
Picking up some noodles. Now they look so good, we couldn't decide which ones to get, so we're getting two types. Both are vegetarian, I believe. One looks more like pad see ew noodles. The other one's a bit more like pad thai. Correction, the other one's a bit more like 2-minute noodle style. And best of all, they're only 20 baht each.
You're a fancy lady.
Noodles coming through. Okay, so cold, but what do you expect? They were sitting on a table, they weren't heated. I think this is kind of like pad see ew. I like it. It's kind of just what I felt like.
My container or packaging feels a bit warm, so maybe they are a little bit warm. I was wondering if you're meant to like take these home and reheat them yourselves, but it is definitely a bit warm, so I'm gonna go for it. And plus, as we said, both meat free, so hopefully too much harm can't be done if they are meant to be warm. They did also come with these little packagings. One's sugar and one's ground chili, so if it's not spicy enough for you, or not sweet enough for you.
Exactly, I thought it was salt.
No, sugar.
Oh.
Which is interesting.
Well, we did learn in our cooking class, one of our previous videos, if you guys like to see that, that a lot of sauces are made from a sweet component and a
salty component.
Yeah.
I mean, I might pass on the additional sugar, but still warm. Not bad. For 20 baht, less than $1, pretty good. And I feel happy eating them knowing there's no meat. Sometimes that's the safest way to go. Oh my god. I can't recall what they're called. I'm sure they've got a name and I can't recall where they originate. And I also can't recall what's on the outside. But I'm gonna guess it's some sort of like sugar coated fruit or something like that, but it looked really good and I've never tried it, so I thought why not try it here. And it was 35 baht for one. They had different smaller ones which were like 20 baht. I'm gonna give it a go.
Oh, it's like crack. So is the fruit?
No, it's just the outside. The fruit like normal. It's really nice. Watch your teeth. I rate it. Guys, we've stumbled across this large, I would say floral display. I don't know what it is. We're gonna go inside and check it out. I'm still yet to figure out what this is, but there's a lot more than just flowers, and there is a lot of flowers. Look at that behind me. All real flowers, I believe. Oh yeah, that's real. But also a lot of lit up trees. Like, is that magenta? Would you say that that's a magenta color? What? She's still working on her candied fruit. But there's a lot of trees lit up with like magenta lights. What? Don't show. Fuchsia. Fuchsia? Fuchsia. Any idea what she's trying to say, guys? Is that what it's called? We've come to fuchsia, apparently. Do you know what it is, or is that all you're gonna give me? Oh, so sorry. The color is fuchsia. I've never heard of that before. I thought it was magenta, but there you go. It's like a pinkish purple color. It's really, really pretty, and there's a lot of trees lit up. We've also got some really cute kids doing some sort of dance performance. Okay, so a quick Google has told us that we're actually at Chiang Rai's Flower Festival, which happens every January, and it is apparently something you have to do if you are in Chiang Rai in January, so I'm very happy we've stumbled across it. It's right up, like off the market. I think the park that it's in is called 75 Anniversary Park, and there are flowers everywhere. Not just that, as I said, there was a bit of a performance, or there's an ongoing performance by some dance groups, but heaps of photo spots, heaps of different colors. It's really, really pretty, and if you can only come at night, I'd still recommend coming because we talked about those colourful trees. You can test me on my flower species. What? You know why? Because I learned them all in Animal Crossing. Gotta plant those flowers.
What's this one?
Don't know. But I knew that was a tulip.
We've made it into a flower tunnel, and the smell, it smells so nice. Well, if you're coming to Chiang Rai in January, this is definitely something you have to check out. It is really, really pretty.
This place is absolutely massive and it is packed. I'm sure you can see the hordes of people behind me. But we keep thinking it's not that big, and then it just keeps on going. It goes off the side streets, off the main street. It is just pumping, and we've now found a section that seems to be housing the majority of the food. There is food kind of spotted all throughout, but this definitely seems to be the food section.
It actually feels busier than the Sunday market in Chiang Mai, which is incredible to say. because that one is so popular. This is packed.
I wanted Rosh to try something new here at the market, so I gave her two options. I said she can pick between a durian popsicle or a 1,000-year-old egg. Surprisingly, she wasn't keen on either. What's up with that? They were great options. Might be your new favourite food.
Maybe if we get a certain number of comments on this video, I will commit. What do you reckon? What's the number?
10, including our replies.
No. Maybe if it gets, what, like 10,000 views?
What about 100 likes?
100?
No, because you know it's possible.
Leave your arguments in the comment why you think I should eat a century-old egg. I will take them into consideration, but you got to leave the comment there for it to be considered.
Please do it.
I was just thinking, why is it just me that has to eat something, you know, a little bit out there? So maybe Stace should have to eat some sort of insect, cockroach, I'm thinking, if we get some convincing arguments in the comments too. What do you think about that? I think it's fair. So leave us a reason down below. Do you want to see me eat that egg? You want to see her eat that insect? You got to convince us. Guys, that market was awesome. It was just as good, if not better, than the Chiang Mai Sunday night market, in my opinion. But now, we're going to try and end our market night as we normally do with a Nutella roti. As we walk to, hopefully, a Nutella roti. I want to talk about the lights in and around Chiang Rai. There are lit up lanterns everywhere. I've already talked on and on about the trees that were lit up at the flower festival, but it's just such a pretty city. The temples are pretty. It's really nice at night time. I really do like Chiang Rai, and I think if you're going to Chiang Mai, you've got to make that extra 2 to 3 hour journey up to Chiang Rai. Check it out.
Good morning everyone from bright and early here at our hostel. I am whispering because I don't want to wake everyone else up, but our hostel does not provide breakfast, but it provides eggs and toast to make your own breakfast. So I'm going to cook up a storm this morning before we head out for day 2. It has been so long since we've had toast because it's just not easy to find bread around these places, and we've just not really bought it for a very long time, so it's been so good having toast here. So I'm gonna pop some toast in the toaster. Looking at not my best attempt at eggs, I won't lie. Yesterday went a lot smoother. Firstly, went too hard on the crack, got egg all over the GoPro, and I cracked the yolk. It's not my morning, guys. Egg batch number 2, another broken yolk. Why?
I'm pretty obsessed with Thai milk tea at the moment, so I've got a Thai milk tea, but I've also got a coffee because I could not decide between the two, so...
¿Por qué no los dos?
Oh no. That's weird. I don't think I did the right thing. I think I've done heaps of milk tea by accident. I have made a mistake. So the way that we get coffee and milk tea and hot chocolate here is through like an automatic coffee machine. So what I've been doing, as I said, I've been getting both. I've been getting coffee and milk tea, and then I get Stace a coffee as well. I got me and Stace 2 coffees and me 1 milk tea. Went back, tried it. My coffee tasted like milk tea. I was like, okay, that's interesting. Maybe I got the wrong mug. I tried Stace's coffee. Hers tasted like milk tea. I tried my milk tea. It tasted like coffee. But in the process of all this, I went and got another coffee because I thought I had too much milk tea, which I do. And I ended up with another milk tea.
It's aliens.
I'm really, really tired, and I've only just figured out that it's because the milk tea is in the coffee thing and the coffee thing is in the milk tea thing by accident. But because I really wanted coffee, I've got another actual coffee. So we've ended up with, I don't know if you can see, but 5 mugs, and I have to drink them all.
I drank mine. Welcome to our 3rd and final day here in Chiang Rai. I say day, but technically it is evening now. It is about 10 to 6 in the evening. We have had a day at the accommodation, catching up on our usual editing and things like that, but we are heading out tonight for a few final stops here in Chiang Rai. Now, if you're not in Chiang Rai on a Saturday, never fear, there is a different night market option for you, and that is the Chiang Rai Night Bazaar on every single night of the week from about 6 PM to 11 PM. Now, it is much smaller than the Saturday night market, and if you have been to any markets in Chiang Mai, for example, it will feel quite small, but it has a very big food section with heaps of seating, and it is very well known for its hot pot, which is quite a big deal here in Chiang Rai, which is interesting. So we're going to walk over there now and check it out.
We have arrived at the night bazaar here in Chiang Rai. It's about 6 p.m, so a few people are still setting up. It's not quite buzzing yet.
Now, the night bazaar has this really great food area, so many different food stalls, and I think it's super cool. It's kind of like a cafeteria vibe, but open air a little bit, but that's kind of different to all the markets we've been to so far, where there's not really a lot of seating. We're going to check it out, see if there's anything that tickles our fancy to have for dinner. We may have to try some of that famous hot pot, depending on the options, given some of our dietary requirements, like Rosh only eating chicken, but man, it's pretty cool. And I've heard that by about 7 p.m. it can be pretty hard to get a table. I think if you come at a certain time as well, there's even sometimes live music up on the stage, which again, is something different to what we've seen at other night markets.
Okay, we've picked up some hot pot. I gotta talk really fast because there's music behind me, it's really loud. Yeah, we just realized we don't even know how to make it. So you're coming on a journey with us. We have like literally no idea what to do. We got chicken. The thing with hot pot that I didn't really know, you cook it yourself. So chicken, vegetables, some sort of broth. It cost us only 100 baht in total. Wish us luck.
A little bit wild left.
Let us know down in the comments below. How do you cook your hot pot? Our hot pot just started spitting fire. Did we do something wrong? Should have to sign a waiver. I anticipated flames and they didn't come. Guys, we don't know what we're doing. Stacey's Googling how to cook hot pot. Flames are literally appearing out of thin air. This better be good. I think it's cooked. We watched a TikTok on how to do this. It's just egg yolk at the moment. It's all spilled out. Nothing's happening these days. I overpoached my egg. Eat it.
Okay, we're all done with our hot pot. I can't say we exactly knew what we were doing. We tried our best. We did a bit of Googling, a bit of TikToking, but it's interesting, maybe not for us. Every person sitting in the food area is eating hot pot, so we had to do it. But now we're gonna go pick up one of our favorite things in the world, which is definitely not a Thai delicacy or anything, but it is Nutella roti. We had one last night and it was the best one we've ever had, so we're gonna pick that up and head to our final stop of our time here in Chiang Rai.
We have made it to our final destination, the Chiang Rai Clock Tower. Now this one is a pretty cool one because every night at 7, 8 and 9 p.m. I believe there is like a light projection show on this clock. It's, well, you can see behind me, it's 7:30-ish at the moment. I don't think we're gonna wait around. We're pretty tired, we've got to pack because we have a massive journey tomorrow. But we had to come to the clock at least once. But that does complete our time here in Chiang Rai. If you liked this video, give it a like because it pushes it out to more people. Same goes for commenting down below. Remember, if you want us to eat a century-old egg and an insect, you gotta leave a comment to convince us why we should. And make sure you subscribe if you haven't already, because we're only about 7 months into our 12 months of full-time travel and we're only just getting started on Asia. Tomorrow we head to a brand new country.
Well, thank you for watching again, and we'll see you in the next video.
Bye!